Hello, my name is Dillon Sparks, and today I will be talking to you about gamification and one of the resource tools called Kahoot. And I will be toggling between a PowerPoint, which I had structured to keep myself on track, but it'll also help as a visual aid for you to follow along. Gamification is essentially an approach towards educational gaming within the classroom. As a strategy, it attempts to motivate students by using conventional video game elements and a video game design within their educational environment. The goal of gamification is to maximize student enjoyment and engagement throughout the learning process. Some examples of gamification include online Jeopardy, Classcraft, e-learning, and of course Kahoot, which we'll be covering today. When you get to the first page, initially it'll have a layout like this, and you'll have to have students create an account with the website. And once they do that, and you've created an account, you get a page more like this. And you can see I've already created one quiz. Let's go ahead and go through that briefly, and then we will go through how you can make your own. Now, once you've selected a created quiz, and remember this is from a teacher's profile rather than a student, so you have different options, but you will be prompted to how you want to distribute this quiz. You have options such as each player is individual, or you can create teams. You also have incentives such as streak bonus that you can implement, whether or not you want to add the students' names, randomize the questions and the answers, which I would recommend. And now let's go ahead and select Classic for right now. Now you'll be prompted with a code, there it goes, that students or whoever is playing the game will have to enter this code onto their device. I'm going to do that now. Now, once students have entered the code on their mobile device or computer, as I have here, and they join, eventually, there we go, the player names will be showed here on the board. Once all of your students have successfully logged into the quiz, it's time to start. I'll just do a few of these. This is the correct answer. I'm going to put in a red triangle. And see, the site itself has confirmed for me that that was indeed the right answer. Now this one I'll get purposefully wrong. I'll put in the Civil War to show you what happens when a student selects the wrong answer. See, it shows how many students answered the blue diamond, but it has a little red check mark next to which the correct answer was. Let's go ahead and skip to the end. Let's go here to get results. So here you can see it would show a lot of students and how they ranked in the class, and they have feedback options. Students can rate how they felt about the quiz. There's a scoreboard. And yeah, let's go into creating your own game. Okay, so once you've selected create a new quiz, you'll get a few options here on the first page, which I've already filled out for time constraints. You can put a title, a quick description of the upcoming quiz. Over here, you can add a picture, which is nice. Anything from Google or saved on your computer. Over here, you can select who can view the quiz. and any references or even an intro video, which I've decided to add for this one because it was a 2-minute theatrical trailer for the book. This next page is where you can add questions. So on the question page, you can see you'll be prompted to enter the title of the question. You can select how much time students will have to answer. Again, just like the title page, you can select a picture to go along with the question, and then you enter one a correct answer and also 3 that are incorrect, and you prompt the correct answer by selecting it like that. And now we can see our question right there. Okay, so now we've completed the quiz. I've added 5 questions to it. Let's now go to the next stage, which we'll save it. That's it. So what are the practical effects of gamification in games like Kahoot upon student learning? Well, first of all, it definitely improves their technological skills, which will become more and more important as our society keeps becoming more and more digital. Also reinforces positive behaviors through a merit-based milestones, unlockable in-game attributes, real-time progress reports, and healthy competition with other students. An example of this would be that medal ranking system that we saw at the end of the Kahoot quiz. Also, surveys have found that student engagement and enthusiasm in the learning process tends to increase when these strategies are implemented. Kahoot and the 4 C's, beginning with, of course, communication. Kahoot allows students to participate in evaluative quizzes utilizing the instructor's exact phrases, terms, and concepts used in class. It also shows students a willingness on the part of the instructor to communicate with them in their comfort level and their comfort zone. 2, collaboration. Kahoot is an excellent resource for collaboration. When participating in a Kahoot quiz, students are digitally connected to a coordinated activity which they navigate through together as a class. Kahoot also allows for a team-oriented format, allowing for even greater collaboration opportunities. Number 3, critical thinking. Kahoot can incorporate critical thinking within the questions the teacher chooses to ask and the format with which the answer is given. So in Kahoot, you don't only have to do multiple choice. You can select a short answer type of a question so that students will have to enter an exact term or phrase typed in order to get credit for the question. Number 4, creativity. Typically, the most creative aspect of Kahoot is in the quiz creation, but that said, instructors could have their students create their own quizzes, maybe in groups or as individuals, based on a lesson they're teaching, and then have the class switch those quizzes, take them themselves, and evaluate the effectiveness that way. So what are some of my critiques of Kahoot? It would be harder to implement these in poor school districts. They have a risk of compromising the classroom decorum with allowing cell phone use. That's if you didn't have an iPad or some other sort of device you could replace that with. Also, say the school is purchasing iPads. Now that school is now in charge of all the risks that comes with it, including damage or theft to the devices. And lastly, here are my scholarly resources which I used for this presentation.